What up? I gotta get rid of that glare. It's always a glare when I do the live show. It's because those lights are pointed in a different angle now. What up? It's your boys. Oh, okay. Tiggs and Hash. Oh, my buddy. I don't know if there's something wrong with his, if it's like, you know, he's just getting a little bit old. About 80, 85, 90. It's probably about 80. He's such a good boy. How y'all doing? We're gonna do story mode. The origin story of Robin Hood and his merry men. Where to begin with the story of Robin Hood? At the end? Work our way back? There was an evil sheriff of Nottingham and a wicked, wicked bad imperial royal king. And they were hard on the people, charging them 33% taxes all through the land. And Robin Hood didn't fit in with society. So he didn't live in the kingdom, he lived in the forest. In nature. They grew plants. They raised families. And just chilled out. Tiggs loves story time. Such a good boy. Hope he doesn't fall asleep. I got the smoothie blender here. You can see this, the lid here on the side. We'll be making smoothies in a minute. In fact, I'd like to start the smoothies. Let's have a sip of tea. Tiggs, will you sit on this? Will you sit there? No. Oh, baby boy, it's just... He wants to go out and he can't go out yet. It's going to be a day for him to travel and venture outside with me at his hip for at least a 10, 15, or a 20. It's very hard to keep up with a cat. A cat goes like, you have to constantly be like checking under stuff like he's... And it's my cat. Like this, we're not talking about Bobby. We're talking about Tigsby. This guy can move. You got like 6 mosquitoes coming at you, trying to plunge into your left eye. He knows. He goes right on you. When you're trying to go, he's gone. He's gone. He's over 3 fences, down 2 back lanes. I'm out there just running back lanes, peeping over people. I mean, obviously I'm not doing that, but yeah, it's none of the chasing the cats is good for... It's got to be good for something. It's probably serious exercise I don't want, all right? I'd rather seriously be on a treadmill for an hour than chasing a cat for 20. So back to Robin Hood. He's in the forest. He doesn't pay taxes. He's not eating the overpriced, unhealthy meat in the kingdom. And one day there's an imperial tax collector coming through the forest on the way to the next kingdom. Robin Hood and his merry men say to each other, hey, boys, you know, I know that evil king in I don't even know what the name of the kingdom was. Sherwood Forest was the place where Robin Hood was. Nottingham, the sheriff of Nottingham. So the evil kingdom of Notre Dame-ingham. We're going to call this Notre Dame-ingham, all right? And this is a real deal right here. Pay attention. Don't be... I can't even explain to you. I'm a 40-year-old telling you a story with Easter eggs all over it. You can't be that daft. Back in the day, you had to pay your taxes, or you could be hung. You'd be jailed for sure, just like you are today. I mean, I'm sure there's places in the world where if you go against the Imperials or the sheriffs of the evil Nottinghams and things like that, Notre Daminghams, there's gonna be problems for you, and that sucks. So, this is a story about Robin Hood, and it's actually his origin story. You know, it's Robin Hood did that back then. You know, with bow and arrows, and it's just how it was. So he's like, "Hey, let's go take the wagon out. You know, let's scare all those. Let's scare the guards off, and let's take the gold and the silver and the bonds and whatever they got, and let's give it to the people. Let's give it to the people, the taxpayers, right?" And I always hear that. I got one this morning. Really, I don't really care for the guy anyway, but a goof this morning. I gotta say, goof this morning on a live show. I was like, we need taxes. Well, this is coming from, like, we don't need taxes, for the record, because taxes isn't nature. What we need is nature. We need clean water and fresh fruit and vegetables to live. The rest of anything, health, comes from food that is healthy. Our food systems are so chocked full of pestilence and disease that they're making it unhealthy. So it's forcing a privatized healthcare on you that must be run with taxes. More taxes. We need more money. The system is designed to keep a king at the top and you at the bottom. And if you can't understand that, go read the book. Go read the children's book for 3-year-old boys and girls of Robin Hood and learn something. I bit my tongue at least 6 or 7 or 8 times during that thing because I really wanted to not get too fizzy. Like, it doesn't want to come at you with a little bit of, you know, telling you how stupid people were. They're not understanding. But I'm thinking it, okay? Keep thinking. I'm thinking it. Know that I'm thinking it. Alright? You gotta know I'm thinking it. So, in the comment section down below, you can let me know how, you know, how royals have impacted your life with taxes, how you have, what is it, taxes from, you know, if you don't pay your taxes on time, you're gonna go to jail. You know, it's like, holy crap, man, I thought the government was here to help us. Preservation of life. Not pestilence and disease pushing on us and charging us for health care. That's not preservation. And that's a cloud. It's a smoke screen. Thinking. You're thought in a way, but if you use the system, you would see it's different. If you were impacted and affected and needed assistance, it would be lacking on every scale of every level there is created by what is supposedly taxpayer funded resources and industry, like privatization of healthcare. That has to be industry. So just remember, we are all in this together, but making you pay taxes is separating us and creating many different taxation levels. So the poor pay less taxes because the poor get paid 20 cents a day. If you're rich, you know, taxes don't hurt you because you're rich. There's a you know, the medium, this is how they say that the middle class has been eaten up and the middle class is poor. They were saying this 10, 12, 15 years ago. There were some really brilliant minds, and I was like, huh? Wow, really? And it was slight, you know, it was slight. 2008, 2007, 2008, 2009, I said we were in a freaking depression. I could see it 6 ways from Sunday. Or in a recession, depression, recession, it's all their words. We were struggling
to make ends meet for the last at least 22 years. It's been tough on between middle to anything under that, and I don't use these terms lower class, middle class, and upper class. I don't use that, but that's kind of like, I know I said it as a thing, but I don't believe in it at all. So, you know, you gotta, and I don't believe in it, and I also don't recognize it is a better statement. I don't recognize people for lower class, middle class, and upper class. I recognize that there are people who think they are upper class, and maybe you walk a little differently, and maybe you twice as condescending as any of my family members. And we're talking about condescending. We're talking about nonchalant. Really, you'd have to go to Las Vegas about 5 times to know exactly what I'm talking about. These dicks are everywhere, both sides too. You wouldn't even believe the airhead women that I was only gonna hate on dudes, but the airhead women in Vegas that I met before Trump was elected, saying, "Oh, we need Hillary" and all this. I was like, how can you decipher like which is which? The system is so screwed up that they put 2 dicks in front of you and make you pick one. What? Your choice to vote, but they give you 2 rich dicks that have, you know, messed up the United States for decades. Decades. But these are your 2 choices. And oh, it's a free country. No, it's not. You sad sacks. I want you all to know I love good people. I love people who are awoke and awakening and starting to consider awakening. But the rest, I can't value your opinions when you're still being misguided by the untruths that exist right now, this minute. It doesn't take, you don't have to look very far to find lies, okay? To find head scratchers, like right in your midst. But you turn away. You got a hockey game to watch. There's baseball coming up. You're all fucked. Put some more blueberries in here. It's a little liquidy. And that's okay. It's okay to be a little liquidy. I just want more blueberries. It's kind of reddish pink right now. Like a really good corn bowl. I don't want that. I want it to be purple. Like a hammer, boys. I was trying to figure out if I was going to open a smoothie shop, what I would name this thing, and all that comes to mind is Hammer. Why do you call the purple smoothie Hammer, bud? Can't answer that. The force is stupid with this one. Why is that Hammer tastes so good? Hey, where'd you get the name for that purple Hammer smoothie? Oh, I'm giving myself a serious gut burn here. Like, oh. I slipped in the bathtub. I didn't want to say anything. I slipped. I'm fine. Trust me, I'm A-okay. I fell so hard in the bathtub. I'm not even kidding you. I actually checked for blood on the side of my ribs there, and there's like, it was a smooth tub. And then I'm like waiting to see if I'm starting to spit up blood like in the movies. I'm like, thank God, I just instantly wasn't spitting up blood. Now, today, I feel fine. There's actually, you know, I'm just a wuss. Well, I mean, I actually hit my hip a bit of my hip there, so my hip bone caught most of the fall, and it's just tender on my hip bone, but it's actually nothing. I'm actually just a wuss. But I didn't say anything yesterday. I didn't want anyone thinking, oh, and I didn't want, I don't want to hear anything. So I barely told my chick. I told her at like the end of the night. I just wanted her to know, because I was like, sometimes like we can bump into each other in the night. It's a big bed, but still. And I was like, hey, I hurt myself pretty good. We're gonna have to stack pillows against me. So I don't want you coming at me in the night, trying to jump my bones. She doesn't. She hasn't done that for 9 years, boys. 9 years. Woke me up in the night. Actually, she tried waking me up in the night a couple of weeks ago, last weekend. I was like, nah, I was having none of it. I'm like, what? I have gray hair in my beard. Get out of here. Shoot. Go on with you. And, yeah, this is a true story, actually. So weird to say I turned my chick down. I feel pretty bad saying it, because I never turned her down. Maybe twice in my life. And the other time I was like, not feeling good at all. I'm like, oh, I can't right now. I'm just having the flu right now. I'm just throwing up every 10 seconds. This is like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I'm like, any chance you could take a rain check? She's like, nah. I'm like, oh, babe, just let me hurl and they'll come in there. And no, we didn't. All right, here we go. That's the show for this morning. Keep her, hopefully donks can make it through the day today without committing an evil atrocity today. There's lots of donks in this world following bad influence, and I don't know. So much bad influence in this world, I can't even believe it. I can't believe how much bad influence I see on Instagram and YouTube. I don't even want to look on Facebook. I hear about what Facebook has to offer. I have never liked Facebook. Facebook is awful. I went on there and it's like you gotta read shit, and like it's just what people have to say, but in the form of text. Like it's like so archaic. It's like, holy shit, this is like ancient Stone Age internet technology here. And of course, like the elderly are just eating up Facebook. They say 75% of elderly people can't get off Facebook throughout the day. They're busy talking about all their kids' problems to other people so that the banks and governments of the world can understand and know the secrets. Who is the only person you tell them? Who do you confide in more than anyone else? Your parents, right? And if you don't, I mean, that's not too bad either. I mean, you're better off. Trust me. You're better off. Because parents sometimes you get isolated. You got no one to talk to. Nothing to talk about. You're old. You have nothing going on in your life. So gossip kicks in. Your aunt, your uncle, your mom, your dad, they can't help themselves. They're actually old and their brains have given up. It's no shit. A lot of old people are messed up in the head. And even though you said out loud to your mom or to your dad, hey, could you keep this fucking thing between us, please? In 6 days, the entire fucking family knows. And this is where people have to use their fucking better judgment. If you have something you probably don't want a whole shit ton of people in your family or people to know, shut the fuck up. Keep it to yourself. You can actually physically talk about it without sounding crazy here. You can actually think about it in your own head. Is it wrong to have a thinking thought in your mind? No, trust in me. I'm fucking genius because I think. Not before I talk, I think. And decide if I want to share it. So, a lot of people in this world use Facebook to spy. And you're all dolts and dummies. You have fed and given the governments of the world more information on your friends and family than the Secret Service could have collected in 2 lifetimes. You fucking dolts. But I'm not done with you. Your choice to keep it open is what makes you a donk for life. Close your Facebooks. Use your Instagram to only show your hammer or something. Don't actually share secrets on social media. Rastafari. There's no one you can't trust. You can't trust the people that organized and orchestrated this, or swine flu, or whatever else, or taxes. You can't trust in them to hold your information that was dear to you, that you confided in mother, father, brother, sister, or whatever you have left, with your stuff. Even though it may just be about you or something, they can twist and manipulate it. And often they'll use it for, oh, this was the case, this is they'll manipulate, they'll use it. This is a tactic for decades and decades. Morning, my man Dusty. How you doing, homie? I hope you're doing well, man. I'm sorting beans all day today. It's taken forever, but I wouldn't even say I'm half done this year. So it's tedious and annoying, and there's beautiful glands, and I'm trying not to disturb or ruin them. And if I do have a lot on my hands, I'm sitting there just suckling on my fingers for a few minutes, and then I go wash and clean myself very well, and then I come back with fresh sparklers and just keep doing it. I got this whole thing lined up right to the back. I'm gonna do one here. I just want this done today. So if I can, I'm gonna get it done today. It's I don't know if that's even a thing, but it's 9:57 a.m. and I got a good 6 hours. I can hammer down. If I bring a chair in here, I can obviously not do it for the whole 6 hours, but I can stand. I can stand at my sit-stand desk when I want to elevate a bit higher. I don't mind looking down a little bit, but I can feel it kind of twitched there, like a ting. It's like somebody went boing on the string of. That's a great example. It's like the piano chord or the guitar string was kind of taut, and I went like this, and then someone went like this right across the center of the string, just boing, and it just sent a sting right in the center. Plus it sent kind of shocks up here and down here from right there. So just boing like that. It's all good, but these are things you got to kind of keep up with. Neck slip, then nerve pinch. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So there's actually terms for this stuff. God damn, man. Lots of work. I need a table set up. My desk is too small. So we can talk. Dusty, 4 posts and a sheet of plywood. And then I'd like you to get some, I'll show you this stuff from the dollar store. No, look, it's just one time, but it's like the laminate tabletop stuff. Sand it down a little bit. Sand down the sheet. Actually, just chuck a piece of glass on. Actually, buddy, I got these things. Have you been seeing me? Get a piece of countertop from maybe a place that has countertops and stuff. Just get a countertop that doesn't have, porous. You know what I'm talking about, man. We're sifting here and doing stuff. So you get glass, throw a sheet of glass down, Windex it, anything will do. Whatever size, whatever works. And put that on top of, make me proud, bro. You're a master carpenter. I'd like to see you make, I'll give you my dimensions. I got about a 3 1/4 wide by, I think it's 5-6 feet long. You can make it exactly to your liking, but mine that I like is about 3 1/4 feet wide, deep, we'll say, by 5.5, 5 1/4 feet long, right? So it's a good size. It's about like this. It's about like this long. Because you don't want it so long that you got to walk to the other side of the table. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to have a long, full banquet kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool. But you also don't want it to be too big, because why not just make 2 and then pop them together, and you could have an ultimate sifting zone type of thing, right? Or one is good enough for. I got these screens I'm sending you are they're smaller, but they're fucking, they're solid. I'm still thinking I'm just gonna buy them off of the site and or you buy them off the site. I don't even know. Like, I mean, I'll give you the gift card number, and you can buy them off the site. That way I have less to do with it, just so I can't be the one that mistyped something in wrong. That's the only thing I don't like about that. Is I might get your thing wrong on Amazon, and then it ships to someone else, and there's nothing I can do after that. So let's figure out how to make sure we can get you the bags and those screens. I think their shipping times came down too. I'll have to check that. I'm back. I'm getting takeout orders here, and it's 10 a.m. But that's all good. That's what I like to do. Let's see the chat here. I missed for a second. Hi, Jeanette. How you doing, my angel? Jeanette. Must be a whiplash thing. Yeah, no, it definitely is. I never had a neck problem before in my life. It's one of the few things on my damn body I never had a problem with. Seeing how withered my neck got there, I watched a video of mine from 2018. Boy, I look different from then. I put on a lot more muscle back on my neck. I was withered. When I do my court case, it's going to be a court battle, actually. I want millions. But this whole COVID thing threw everything up right around. All these crown corporations and private government buildings are not as open as they were before. I don't even think they're open to the public, so there's stuff I have to do, and I have to like go and have a talk with these people about this and stuff, and it's like, can't you just read the 4,000 pieces of paperwork and the 10 doctor's notes that are like ordering you to fucking pay for my medical marijuana? But no, you want me to sue you and make you all look like assholes in Winnipeg? Done. I don't think they realize. I told them from day one, I'm like, you have no idea. I said, I don't lie. I said, if you treat me unfairly, I said, I promise you, I will make sure that everyone in this city knows. Exactly. Every person involved in this. Like, I am not happy with the situation they laid out, you know. The ability to help was not there. And that hurts, you know. That really hurts, knowing that they're paid money by the government to heal us and help us and care for us and cover costs for us when we're injured. That didn't happen for me. The coronavirus down here, 82 cases, one person died from, but that's only where I live. Do you mind if I ask, not where you live, but please don't, like, could you say the big area? I can't remember, Angel. Are you in California? I'm sorry, I really can't remember where you're from. You pop in here in the morning show sometimes at 7, 8 in the morning, and we have great talks, and you tell me about your little guy. He's 6 months old. I just can't remember your state. You told me about 3 weeks ago in the morning, and I can't remember. I'm sorry. I know it's east of me. I know you're west of me. You're west coast somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm almost positive you're west of me. I would say California, but no. Pennsylvania. Fuck, I think you are east of me. Okay. Erie, Pennsylvania. That's awesome. I live in Erie, Pennsylvania, but the rest of Pennsylvania area has it the most. See, we need a. I want to check out the 5G towers and see how many of them. I think Erie, Pennsylvania. This is my question for you. I can look it up actually, but my question for you is how many people live in Erie, Pennsylvania? Jeanette? It's really important. They'll refrain from putting 5G towers in any places smaller with 300 to 400 people. They'll probably use some sort of like drone technology for that, just to, shouldn't really be helping, but it's true. That's probably something, or, satellite or something. I don't know. They definitely were trying to mesh system this entire planet, and or the entire civilized population. They're trying to mesh network 5G with us, and it's scary. It's very scary. The internet is fast enough. This is for AI. You know how there's lag? I think if AI lags, it might like reboot the AI. Or the AI is just imperfect for a few seconds while there's lag. You feel me? Also, look at this. AI and wireless 5G, wireless internet with lag and video surveillance means that there would be blind spots during certain periods, right? I wonder how to disrupt 5G. Is there, like, what are options? Like, a Faraday cage, for instance, is a great way. Nothing can penetrate that. I'm not sure if 5G does or not, but, excuse me. Faraday cage is a way to block radio waves. So I wonder what is a Faraday cage? How do we make a Faraday cage in like a laser gun where you can like shoot it and like there's not weapon. It's not going to hurt a person or a bird or a carrot. But you like push the button and it would like temporarily knock out the signal. Now, this is what we need to be checking out, researching. Infrared. Is infrared anything? Is that going to help? UV. We have to look at energy, right? Radio waves are bursts of energy. So how do we kind of what's the word I'm looking for when you like we de-5G the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like how do we shoot down 5G? How do we shoot down 5G signals? But that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like we're so gung-ho on shooting stuff too. Eh? Everyone's just like, hey, I'm gonna shoot the 5G towers, bud. And it's like, no, bud, that's just made of metal, bud. I'm not telling anybody. I didn't say that either. We're joking around here. I'm a comedy show. And I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to understand if there's a way to disrupt. The word I've been looking for is disrupt the 5G signal. Booyah! Hard stones of graphite or lead. Yeah, you could. Oh, I got ice cream. I got a smoothie, vegan smoothie eye ache. I have no clue how many people live down here. Okay, I'll Google it. I'm curious. It's got to be not very many. I would say less than. Well, you're in the States, so everything 5,000 times by 10. There's probably less than 50,000 people in Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah, you could blanket an area with a different tech. We gotta create a disruptor ray, Dusty. Out of rosin. Hard stones of graphite or lead. Russia mines some stones and sells them has a weird name. Oh, I know what that stone you're talking about is. I won't be able to say the name, but it's funny. There's some people talking about that stone. I am pretty darn sure we're talking about the same stone. Is it black? I don't know if it is the stone you're talking about black. To me, for whatever reason, I'm thinking it's a black stone. I saw him for sale on Instagram. Hey, whenever, maybe it works, yeah. Yep. Okay. I think that's the one. Man, I can't remember the name of that one. Oh, because it's got that and lead too. Yeah, it's black. Yeah, interesting. I mean, I don't know if lead is black, but it has that, like, when you rub your hand on a lead bar or lead weights and stuff. See, we in fishing, they take a big fishermen make their own. If you're a boss, fishermen melt down their own. What were they? Oh, they're called, they're little weights. They're weights to set the net at certain levels in the water. Anyway, I don't want to talk about fishing because it's but yes, fishermen would get lead bars and then they'd melt those down and make their own weights with, and they kind of like crimp around. I can't remember though. I can't even envision what the hell that was. And that's pretty sad. I used to be kind of into all that stuff when I was like 15, 16, 17. It's complete blank darkness there. That's pretty sad. Yeah, you can get lead bars and they're heavy as you wouldn't believe, like a thin bar like this. And you could barely, like, you'd be trying to drag it and lift it off the ground, but it's no smooth edges, you know? They're really heavy for being such a dense. It's like a bar of hash, really, like a real bar of some, you know, like when you make hash and you compress it, you know, you start to feel the weight of it, and you're like, oh, this is hash. And so, I don't know. That's what I'm getting. They compress the lead, I guess, a bit. I got some tea here. I had a couple little bites of some horrible toast this morning. I smoked the toast so bad. But I think I'm going to make something else here. What to have? I really enjoyed the rice yesterday, but can't have rice back to back. There's potatoes there. I'm not digging it. I'm going to take out some... I'm okay with tea and smoothies for now. There's 2 smoothies each here. That should tide me over for a couple hours, and then I'll make some lunch. What's anybody having for breakfast or lunch today? What are you guys craving anyway? I don't know what I got. Oh, I guess I could do some now. Oh shit, this is what I want right here. We want this, refried beans. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, oh dude, we want that. And let's see if there's some tortillas. Tortillas. I don't think there are. Can you believe my life? I have tortillas, and they say April 11th, 2020. And it's almost May yet. I'm not eating these. They're cardboardy too. No, I'm not eating these. And I remember these had a taste like semen when I did have some. Definitely don't like those. Oh, you know what we can do? Refried beans, nachos, salsa. There's frozen avocado in the fridge. I just don't want to make guacamole out of frozen avocados. Let's just do refried beans and not vegan nachos. Like, that's not amazing. Let's get that. Ooh! Wash this pot out. This is going to take 2 seconds, so it's going to be one of the fastest, quick little bang outs, and it's going to look really good. I mean, it's going to taste really good. I don't care what it looks like. really smoke the rice yesterday? It doesn't feel like I smoked it. I think I left it on the hot element or something. What the hell? I got a scrubby here. All I had to do was just soak this pot for a second in some hot water and just leave it overnight. But I'm too much of a goof, you know? Tonight I'll make sure the kitchen will be really good. You know, I want to make sure in the future when I come in here that I start out with a clean kitchen. And it is it's up to me. I'm in here, I mess it up, I gotta clean it up. And it's not messy, it's just I gotta move this over. I just finished with the smoothie maker so I can wash this lid. And away we go. If I were you, Dusty, I would just make a table, buddy. Super easy, make a table, man. Just do like frame it around the thing. Post inside, and then just tabletop, just a sheet of plywood on top of that. Do a 4-foot, a 4.5 foot frame with a 5.5 foot tabletop on top. You could even make a perfect square. Man, if you did a 4-foot by 4 foot, I mean, if you did a perfect square at 4 feet, I think that's pretty much a perfect table. And then you jam a second one, maybe a 2-foot or a 3-foot. You'd want a 4 foot by 4 foot with another 4 foot, so it could butt up right against it. And then you could put like I bought this countertop from a clearance section, and it was $20. And it's like those the one, this particle, it's like it's press board, the press board with the laminate top. That's what it is. It's laminate. Laminate is the term. I bought a laminate countertop. I bought a laminate. I bought a laminate countertop for $24, clearance section, brand new. Just was an off piece. I guess they didn't need it or whatever. They upgraded it from I don't know. It was in a store. I want that right there. That's the most hilarious thing. I'm in the area where all the good stuff is, right? I know where the good stuff is. Like, if you go to the store with me, I know where the good stuff is. What are you talking about? I grow the good stuff. I know where to find the good stuff, bud. But there was no one around. No one. And I was real quiet too. I said, babe, don't talk loud, don't do nothing. This damn chain, there's this chain like this, kind of slack chain like this. And these, of course, there's it's inside an 8-foot alcove, and it's 7 3/4 feet tall. And it's just wet, and then there's all these countertops all in a row in there. And I'm trying to get it out real freaking quietly. I want 2 or 3 of these things, eh? And there's a guy, he's walking over, and I'm thinking to myself, you better be busting out hash on these, bud. Seriously, cheaping out on your house with no. But no, seriously, I was choked. It actually really peeved me off. This always happens to me. I could be in the jars of shit section at the store. It's like, oh, this is $5,000 for this jar of shit, and I'll go put one in my cart, and the whole store will flock to me, bud. And I'm like, I'm buying jars of shit, guys. Why do you want them? Oh, I love eating jars of shit. I'm like, fuck. So I don't know what happened next. I can't remember. He starts asking me about if I want I can't even believe this question. Buddy, if you're watching this at home, I tried my hardest not to laugh. And I'm such a nice guy. Especially you came up, you're kind of polite. Weird as fuck. Polite, but weird as fuck. And you're like, he literally watched me take this countertop out and throw it in the big cart. And I'm going for another one. And he comes over and he's like, hey, were you going to take that one? And I'm like, oh, you mean this one in my hands? He's like, no, the one in your shopping cart. And I'm like, my eyes widen. I'm like, I'm looking around for fucking candid camera. I'm like, huh? Are you going to buy that one in your shopping cart? And I'm like, yeah, oh, I'm really sorry. Yeah, I'm going to buy that one. Like, what the fuck? And this is like, this guy was my age. He looked like me, you know, he was just like fucking regular guy, fucking just, you know, trying to get through the day, fucking figure out what to do with his house or something. Meanwhile, I'm not even here for home rentals. I'm making hash setups galore, and I'm like, are you okay, bud? Recent car accident? Just like me? A little bit screw loose for a little time being until you get your shit together. But nope, this guy was just like, he was dead fucking serious. He's like, bud, are you gonna buy that one? And I had like a stare off with him to see if he was dicking with me for a good 5-10 seconds. Yep. And he's like, oh. I'm like, oh. And then I see him in line. I got 6. I got 8 I got 8 fucking countertops in my cart. 2 carts. My chick's behind me. She's sighing. She's pissed. You know? More hash shit going in the house, eh? It's just countertops. In fact, there's actually one of those we're actually going to use in the basement because it's so perfect. It's a beautiful countertop. It doesn't matter if you only have laminate. Fuck, I grew up poor as fuck. Last person to judge you will be me. If you got countertops that are granite or gold or silver. Or jars of shit with a sheet of plywood across them holding it up. I mean, that's a great cheap countertop. But I thought to myself in line, I'm like, I'm going to ask that guy. And I'm starting to think in line, I'm like, hey, I got these 6. It doesn't, well, the one he wanted, this is why the one he wanted was the longest, smoothest, widest piece for the cheapest price. So I was getting the most square footage of tabletop for the absolute half the price of the other ones in my cart. So every piece of good comes right out of me, and I just put it on the table for him. I'm like, oh, and I see he's in line ahead of me he's got his chick or his wife, and you know they're trying to discuss stuff, and I'm like, oh, pardon me, did you still want that countertop that I have? Because I'll trade it for the one there if you want. And he's like, oh no, this one's gonna work out better. And I'm like, oh, cool, because I'm like, I really wanted this one. I saw the price was like $24 more than the other one. Oh, stainless is very nice. Stainless is what I'm thinking big time too. Hey, Boom Farms. Oh, yo, dude, how you doing, Boom? How you doing? Boom Farms in the house. Are you in Canada, Boom Farms? Where are you from? Boom Farms is off of the IG there. I was chatting with. I told him to pop by. Told him I was a master grower. Started bragging. No, did I tell you I was a master grower? Do you remember what I said to you? What did I say? I said, dude, I didn't tell you I was a master grower. I am a master grower, but no, I'm not. I think you're an LPA. Are you Boom Farms? Or did you already take off? I didn't say hi in time. It's all good. Maybe you'll come by another day. Maybe you won't. My loss, eh, buddy? My loss. I'm sorry. The chat doesn't pop up, and I don't sit there and stare at myself on camera. I'll watch my show later sometimes. I love watching some of these. It's just I don't have... I'm busy making another show, so I don't like to have my stream on of listening to me talk while I'm already doing another show on another channel. That's just how I am. But if I take a bath and I feel like just
watching something, I'll watch my own stuff. It's so important. Sometimes my message is not as clear as I'd like it to be, so I'll give it a second try. Keywords I use, sometimes I'm not happy with the way they come out, or the delivery of my keywords, or the delivery of my thought. Sometimes it's a little not haty, but it's a little bit angry because of my passion. You know, I'm not an angry person. I'm a passionate person that talks loudly when passionate. If you can't figure that out, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I definitely know. Good. Google said in, oh fuck, I was right. 96,000 people living in Erie. Thank you for that, Jeanette. You're a genius. Weird though, 1,000 people. Now, out of Pennsylvania, I would like to know how, I would like to know how densely populated other sectors of Pennsylvania are. Erie, Pennsylvania sounds fairly densely populated. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you this. That's a densely populated area that you're in. A very densely populated area. I just don't know if that's the size of Winnipeg, Erie. Probably not. I wonder what the scale of density for population density is for Winnipeg. I wonder how you figure out population density. It's got to be based off square footage of the entire overall RM or jurisdiction of a city or rural municipality, cross-referenced with how many people live in it, and then how far apart your houses are, how many apartment buildings are in those areas. That would become another formula. You couldn't even use population density when you talk condos and apartments is crazy. And then when you talk about population density, only having several grocery stores within a large area, that's population like overspill density, like bad. That's when you get, 20 to 30 people in the store. You would, this is what it's gonna, I can't understand, I don't understand, We have to understand what's going on right now. And I think the biggest problem for me is getting credible information is why I have a lack of understanding for certain things. And it's sad, and it's very sad that we're allowed to be misguided so frequently. Which again, we go back to the story of Robin Hood and how, there's a taxation department probably entirely misrepresenting how we, or what we, that we're being misguided through misinformation that's coming from these people that taxes. So the government of Canada just gave $500 million to media outlets, basically buying them out. And they already make money from commercial slots, like commercial time slots. How is a media in need of $500 million from the government of Canada? It's shocking. I really, really believe I bring more credible news than every news agency in Canada on the highest of goodwill and spirit. Sometimes I'm quite scared to tell you Because I know, and I'm sure they are too, but this is what makes me a boss. I am the boss. I am my own boss of me. They have a boss at the media outlet. So when the editor or the publisher don't like the journalist's story, they tell them to go back and edit. They'll edit their story until it's to the higher ups liking. Meanwhile, it's a journalist who did the uncovering and figured it out, and then the truth is covered up. And this is 9 times out of 10. These are the facts. Very, very, very disheartening and sad to understand how they work. You can talk about the story, Erin Brockovich, Great movie. My mom cried. My Amma cried, and I cried with my Amma and my ma. That one really opened my eyes up in 93, something like that, 92, 93, 94. Not sure, but it was around that time. My Amma passed away in 96, I believe. So it's one of the only, It just came to me anyway. It just popped in my head. I watched the movie Erin Brockovich in my Amma's living room in 92 or 93 with my mom, my Ava, and my Amma. And it wasn't the action movie that I so desired, but Mama Hash said, Sean, watch this. This is a good learning movie or something. She said, I'm like, okay. And turns out I was just into it, But so I love Julia Roberts. I think Julia Roberts I could be totally wrong. I just saying what I saw in the movie. She outed, and helped a small town get their story out. Now I don't know I can't see anything bad coming from that. Like they were trying to reverse engineer and influence that, they're like, oh, don't tell them there was this and this there, just talk about this instead. I think they really got the story out on that one. And I think the evil lost that day, the yin and the yang. Which side are you on? Light or darkness, right? This is kind of my new avenue. Information comes in 2 forms, brightness and fear. Good and evil. And I know which side I'm on. I live by my name. My name is true. It's Sean. And I shone brightly. The light shineth brightly on me. Hey, pretty good, huh? You tell me I didn't go to school, bud. Don't tell me. So we got our can of refried beans that we're frying for the 3rd time now. Refried. We're double frying these beans, all right? What you're going to do is all you do with a can of refried beans is take it, put it in a frying pan, get that water to go on the bottom first, though, or the liquidy stuff. And then you're just going to take them and you're going to just going to take them and cut it down the center and then flop it so they get like good surface area. Then you're just going to put these things right in the center. Now you're going to talk to yourself for a second. You're going to think. We call that thinking in the real world. And I'm going to say, self, what do you want in these burritos? And I'm craving hot sauce, but I can't do it. I would put a little bit of oil in the pan, not too much, just a little dash. Put a good teaspoon of oil in there. You're going to get some garlic powder, a little dash of Italian seasoning, because I love herbs. I love herbs so much. Google said Winnipeg in 2017 has 749,000 people. Very good. Jeanette. Oh, I love you so much, Jeanette. Jeanette is putting fun facts and beautiful information in the chat box. Oh my God, can we give her, we gave her a wrench already. Shouts out Jeanette. Seriously, thank you. Great. I know how many people live here, but that's not, no, please let me finish. I'm so glad that you're able to give, accurate information to the chat and the people watching later, to kind of correlate. You know, we talked about Erie. We talked about. I can take this off if it's making you all uncomfortable. I can take this off. Holy Dinah! Wait, Jasper, come here. So Jasper did my hair this morning. It was wicked expensive, huge, major. I'm probably just gonna have to get a check from Trudeau at this point. I think it's gonna be cheaper for the government of Canada if Trudeau just slides me a check, but holy! Oh, I touched it again. Listen, oh, I'm getting this. I'm seriously, I'm cramping up. Whew! You don't understand how funny I find that shit. Ah, fuck my rib. Ah. You know what? It's the side I hit, but my ribs have been cramping pretty hard on me in the last 24 hours, but it's okay. I can't laugh. My ribs will cramp up on me. My muscles are in serious pain, and it's like my ribs are stuck in the Star Wars trash compactor. You know the scene where Leia and Luke are trying to get Chewie, Louie, and Luke are stuck in the trash compactor in Star Wars. Leia, Chewie, and Luke are stuck in the trash compactor, and they got to use that fucking drive shaft from an old Chevy. From an old milk truck. I know they had drive shafts on the Death Star. Boy, that cramp lasted longer than any cramp I ever had in my life. Except for like the cramps when you're in like running in school and you're like, dude, like I'm seizing up cramps. Oh, I had cramps bad in soccer too. Holy crap, did I get cramps. Dehydration, boys. Oh. It's the weirdest feeling. Holy shit, it is pretty super tender there, but you know, I'm a pussy. I've already come to this conclusion that except for my hands and some of my head and face, you know, the rest of me is weak, man. I mean like I'm tender. I'm not weak. I gotta take that back fast, and I'll get struck down with a bolt right away. So we got that, and oh shoot. We're gonna go with, I think that's good. I really don't know what we're gonna put in here. I can't put hot sauce in here? Like I have nothing. I got habanero hot sauce. I got, holy shit, these are the spiciest. I gotta throw these out, I think. Oh, I got a wicked cramp here. I just want this cramp to go away. It's not like a cramp in my inside of my stomach area. It's like my ribs. I got 2 or 3 ribs here, and it definitely. Oh, getting a stomach ache just from thinking, like I'm gently pushing on it. It's giving me diarrhea and gas. Okay, I'm gonna look for pasta shells. I'm gonna look for taco shells in the basement. Give me a second. I'm just gonna put a little bit of seasoning on here. I put garlic powder, right? I think I opted out. Oh no, I put garlic powder. And the Italian seasoning, we added a little dash of this. I just want to see. Oh, I washed my. These are going to be crucial when you're cooking in a frying pan. You want to get yourself some of these. This is the way to go. So those are silicone spatulas. So we're cooking on a very low. We got the double burner on, but on the low. And the double burner just means not the inside lower. This is a gas. It's not a gas. This is a glass tabletop, a glass oven. You know, there's a term for it. Who cares what it is? A glass top. This is a cooktop or a glass top, something like that you can call it. So there's a little element in the center, and then there's a bigger one on this side, and then it's diagonal. They put the two big ones not beside each other in the front, which I would have done. The dials do not need to be that freaking big. Like, I don't know, people, unless the dials are that big for maybe elderly people, like so they could still see stuff. I don't know. I think ovens should come in temperature ranges from 1 to 10, and you should just turn it up a little bit, you know? If it's on 1, that's really going to not boil water. It's barely just going to warm your sack up if you just throw it in the pan. So get it on about 3 or 4 to boil, you know, to steep some tea lightly or something. 5 would be to boil water. 6 would be to the hottest that you should need an oven to be, really. Like, any hotter, you're just going to make stuff burn black. You know, they can really help out people by not allowing the oven to even go up so high. That would be like the, oh my God, a Hashi Crocker bake oven. A Hashi Crocker baked oven. It's not even a Betty Crocker. What was the name of the oven when you were a kid? Hey, honey, what's the name of the oven that kids played with a little light bulb in it? Easy bake oven. Easy bake oven. When I was a kid, I really wanted one of those. Like I was a weird kid. I played in a sandbox. I played with seahorses and all kinds of microbial life when in the springs. I got life like you don't even know. I've told this a couple times. Like, I grew up. I'm in a tropical place, and I could prove it by the stuff I saw when I was growing up in St. Norbert. In the ditches, in the. You know what? It was alien life. Because what the heck, unless it, like, where did it come from? It would come from the earth and come up and then start to live. You should see, I wish. So all the pesticides have destroyed small microbial life and living organisms, like the first, not single cell, let's go up, whatever, you know, like, it was the beginnings of different things. Like, I used to check out, this is no lie, see-through seahorses with tails on them, and they would just be going like this. And we're talking about something that was like this big. But I was in like the ditch in St. Norbert, and I would take my sandcastle bucket, and I would scoop up as much of the good stuff as I could. Tadpoles, minnows, tadpoles, all kinds of water bugs that would just scurry across the top. You can't even find a water bug in Winnipeg, let alone like in the area I grew up in. There aren't even water bugs left anymore. Like the little skimmers that would go across the water. I was outside every day for most of my life until about 18 or 19. And then, like, I played so much sports. I was on sports teams, and then, and then when sports teams were kind of too expensive or had too many rules and lots of douches, and you couldn't have physical contact in any shape or form without going and getting arrested, I was like, we'll just play at the park, and, you know, we'll just get 17 of us at the park. We'll chip in 4 cents each and get a football, and we'll, you know, nail each other every half hour, or every day for 4 hours in the park. You need a tennis ball, a baseball bat, or a huge stick, and we played baseball for hours. At a baseball diamond. Don't get me wrong, we played at a baseball diamond with no gear, you know? Talk about bad news bears. We would have crushed anyone. I gotta say, like, the people I grew up with, some of them were the fastest runners. I was a beach runner and I was a good runner, but I wasn't the fastest. But I was like the third or fourth or fifth fastest out of like the 30 fastest kids in my entire area of thousands of people. But no, the fastest were, man, they could leave us all in the dust. There was this one dude, he never wore shoes, you know? Never. The guy I don't even think he had a pair of shoes. And we would see him and we'd be like, yo, dude, you want to run the beach with us? And he'd be like, gone. It was like a fucking sandstorm, 40, 80 feet ahead of us. It was like, fuck. The guy's name was Sean too, another Sean. There's two Seans. There's two Seans were the fastest. You know, like we were in the top 5. He was number 1, and he didn't even go to school with me or anything. He was older than us. Well, a couple years, I don't even know. But he was always smoking cigarettes. This guy smoked more cigarettes than anyone I had ever seen in my existence. His finger was yellower than, like it was orange like this cabinet. Just a white finger with just pure orange right across. Just a strip of orange. And every time he saw this guy, the only time this guy wasn't smoking cigarettes was fucking causing a dust storm down the beach. I'm not promoting cigarettes. I think cigarettes absolutely lower your lung capacity. But yeah, this kid can run. So we got the refried beaners here. They look delicious. We have, we could add a little dash of the vegan matzo, but first let's see, just to kind of strip it over and then let it melt to a piece. You know what we could do? We could refried beans and toast. But nah, that'll be really good. But just hang on, nah. Let me look for tortilla wrappers. Give me 1 second. Check out here first. I do not see what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's why it's burning, honey. That's funny. I don't know where my no, they're downstairs. It's a tortilla. So we're gonna use tortilla chips instead of tortilla, whatever the hell those things are called. What do you call those? Tortillas. Is it salsa? Here we go. Got some So I don't know where any, whatever I found tortillas. So we're gonna have the beans and some tortillas, you know, chips. You can just use these plates we used for the burnt toast. I really didn't serve up any food on these. I just burnt food on them, and then I just burnt toast this morning and then tried to pawn it off. The smoothies were good. Where is my smoothie? Yep, some of it here. Actually, when I finish, oh, this is so good. I didn't give you a purple smoothie pour. You didn't even know how good it was, did you? Oh, can you see that? Like a boss. This hair in my eyes is just driving me nuts, though. So itchy. My mustache is growing in. Fucking nose hairs are growing out. Old guy's a master grower. So you decide who you want to be like. The Sheriff of Nottingham, evil King Richard or something like that, that snake was called. And actually he is a snake too, which is interesting. Symbolism of him. He's a snake in the Robin Hood story, which is very interesting. I think there is a serious battle going on Earth since the beginning of good and evil. And I think power tainted good and turned it evil. That's what we could Google the term taint, but I don't want to get the gross thing in there, so we won't. These plates are really small. We take a nice bit of the refried beans here. Right there. Then we take another bit because I love this stuff. Man, last time I ate beans, it was the chili. Oh no, I've had beans like this. Like, I mean, I'm eating beans in the vegan burgers and stuff, but it's not 3 pounds of beans, so I just realized that I'm eating beans again before, well, that's all I'm going to say. So here we got that. Oh, tortillas. Tortillas. So this kind of looks like it's, you know, razzle-dazzle, you know. Don't be fooled. This is a $2 meal that you can make at home too. The refried beans cost $1.50, $2, and then the couple tortillas don't cost you much because it's just a few, right? So now let me try one of these for you. Actually, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. My nuts are hurting just from saying it, but I'm gonna grab some hot sauce. I can't believe I'm gonna do it. I can't. How in the fuck can I have no hot sauce on refried beans and taco? If I don't put hot sauce, I might get struck down. So let's look for a medium hot sauce. There's no such thing in my fridge. They're all crazy hot. Fiery hot jalapeno hot sauce. Screaming hot. Holy fuck. Who picked those up? I did. very hot picante, Tre Picante, a brand new, very hot. This one's from Mexico. I can't read it. I guarantee you I'll shit blood for sure if I eat that one. Very hot Tre Picante. Oh, let's go over here. We're gonna go with the freaking, what is this one? Fiery hot. Jeez. Like my nose is burning. I haven't even opened the jar yet. My nose is like screaming, burning on me. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't even put a drizzle on there. I won't do it. I'm gonna do it. Which one is this? Screaming hot. Fuck that. Fiery hot. We're gonna go with very hot. It's made in Jamaica. This one does burn like you don't even know. Oh, jeez. Please help us all. Help my cornhole get through this. If you even knew, I'm literally putting a little, like a hair of a drop on the center. I'm gonna like spread it into 2 pounds of beans here. Let's get you in on this so you can actually see. I'm not kidding around. Literally. Absolutely, literally gonna drop a little donk on there. Oh, 2 donks went on there. No, no, no. Uh-oh. This one will be my chicks. She can handle that. I can't. There's 2 driblets. I'm putting 1 driblet. I'm gonna put the rest of these beans. Her plate's nice size. I'm gonna eat all this. The beans are not spicy. It's just gonna have like a faint hint of seasoning and garlic to it, which is totally awesome. Garlic and herbs belong on everything, except oatmeal and hermit cookies. Now, we're gonna put 1 drizzle. 1 drop. Man, I'm gonna sneeze. It's because this jar's open. My taste buds are so sensitive. They're extremely, extremely, extremely... Ready? Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. This stuff... Oh, crap! There's way more beans on this one. I'm gonna take this one because... I did put a good drizzle in there, but I got enough beans I should be able to get through it. Let me see, where's that fork? Right here. Oh, man. I can kind of smell it. I gotta put this hot sauce away. It's even just looking at it, it's making me want to sneeze. I don't know about that. Spot in the fridge there where there's all those hot sauces. I'm gonna have to like, I don't know. I don't want to look at hot sauce anymore though. So I take a few more of these and just put them on top, I guess. And then it's kind of like a surprise what's waiting underneath, I guess. I don't know. I've never served up refried beans on a saucer plate before. This is how you fool yourself to thinking, oh, have you ever been to France? Apparently their plates are smaller. I just get them to stack it higher. So that's kind of the theory and the motto we're doing today. Little tiny plate stacked right, 16 plates high. This is overflowing with food, you know what I mean? Oh, and I gotta eat one for you. Or you're not gonna know how damn good it is. So you're gonna take your tortilla and your refried beania. Oh yeah. What? Oh my god, the garlic and the Italian seasoning. I can't. Oh, there's just a wisp of hot sauce and it's just choking me in the throat. OMG. Okay. I'm going to serve this up while it's hot. Mmm. 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 Comfort food. Now, if you don't have refried beans are pinto beans. So if you have beans in your cabinet, dried beans called pinto beans, boil them in water, strain them, get a frying pan, if you have something that's not metal, mash them in the frying pan while they're cooking, put a little bit of oil in the pan, warm it slowly. Low and slow is the key to refried beans. You don't want refried beans that are all black stuck to the bottom. Oh man. Okay. Fucking nailed it. Peace. I love you, Dusty. Love you, Jeanette. Thanks for coming by. Boom Farm shouts out. Thanks for stopping by, homie. Cheers.